Hello guys, my name is Sergey, I'm a freediving instructor trainer, and today we continue to talk about freediving theory. And today finally I want to talk about Mammalian Dive Reflex. I actually did the video about Mammalian Dive Reflex before, so a link is going to be in the description and somewhere on the top of the screen. But today I'm going to refresh your knowledge and maybe add some new information. So first of all, the name Mammalian Dive Reflex. There is so many debates when people arguing, is it Mammalian Dive Reflex or Mammalian Dive Response or just Dive Reflex or just Dive Response. So there is a lot of opinions in this subject. In my opinion, it doesn't really matter as far as you understand what is going on in your body when you're holding your breath. The name is not that important. So let's agree to call it Mammalian Dive Reflex for this video. On the previous video I was talking about what benefits this dive reflex is giving you. So it is a heart rate reduction. So when you're holding your breath and your dive reflex kicks in, then your heart rate becoming smaller. And this is going to help you to conserve more oxygen because the heart is a muscle, and if it works less, then it consumes less oxygen. Another benefit is the peripheral vasoconstrictions. It is the blood vessels, like the blood vessels constrict and becoming smaller, and by doing so they reduce blood flow to certain parts of your body. And this is going to be again oxygen saving process for another part of your body, let's say for your brain, for your heart, for your lungs. Another one is a blood shift. It is a blood move specifically towards your lungs, and then the capillaries, the small arteries in your lungs is dilate, getting bigger, and this is gonna help to prevent the lung squeezes, help to prevent the situation when your lungs compress too much. And the last one is a spleen effect. It is when your spleen, it's an inner organ in your body, constrict, and then it releases certain amount of blood towards like to your system, and then you can use this blood and more importantly use the oxygen which is part of this blood. So I think everyone more or less agree on this part, what kind of benefit Mammalian Dive Reflex gives us, so we're not going to talk about this. Of course there is a different degrees. Some people have like a stronger decrease in the heart rate, some people have a stronger vasoconstrictions, some people have a bigger spleen, and thus when the spleen effect happens, it's a bigger benefit for them. But overall, for all of us, this is the four main benefits which we have when our dive reflex, when our Mammalian Dive Reflex is kicked in. What is more interesting is the questions what initiate the dive reflex. And I can tell you, before we start talking about this, that there is three things which can trigger your dive reflex. Number one is a facial cooling. So when you put your face in a cold water, in a water colder than your body temperature, then this is gonna initiate your dive reflex. Number two is a breath hold, and here I'm talking about any breath hold, dry breath hold or breath hold in the water. They both initiate the dive response. And number three is the best one. It is a combination of 1 and 2. So when you do your breath hold and your face in the water, this is going to be the best way to initiate your dive reflex. But don't think that this is the only one way. Once again, the facial cooling alone and breath hold alone can initiate the dive reflex. However, the combination when you hold your breath and your face in the water is just the best way to initiate your dive reflex. But some people, even some instructors, keep saying that only like a wet breath hold can initiate the dive reflex. If you have such people nearby, you can ask when they're holding the breath, do they have a heart rate reduction or not, and if yes, why this happens, right? Let's see what they're gonna answer. And I'm gonna put the link in the description to this video to some study which explaining the direct response in more details, and also showing that just simply dry breath hold can initiate the dive reflex just to a smaller degree, let's put it this way. And the last part, how you can train Mammalian Dive Reflex. So a simple breath hold, like when you do a breath hold training, is gonna improve your dive response. So then the more you're training breath hold, the better your dive reflex is gonna be. So the better all of these parts, the better your heart reduction is going to be, the better vasoconstriction is going to be, the better spleen reaction is going to be, so everything is going to be better. However, some people thinking that maybe like empty lungs breath hold are gonna improve your mammalian dive reflex like in a better way. The next one, no warm-up breath hold, and also diving in the ocean. When you dive and the ocean is compressing you, the ocean compressing your lungs, might be gonna be like improve your dive reflex more significantly compared to static and dynamic. And it all makes sense because all of this like no warm-up breath hold, empty lungs breath hold, diving in the ocean, it's a higher degree of the stress which your body can get, and this is why I think it's potentially more effective ways to improve your dive reflex. However, there is no studies, so I agree, it sounds logical, but I couldn't guarantee that this is the correct information. So guys, for more information, check it out, the link in the description for my previous video about dive reflex. You will get a little bit more information. This was the last video about freediving theory from level 1. We already discussed the breath hold itself, hyperventilation, relaxation breathing, mammalian dive reflex, safety. So from the next one, from the freediving theory, it's going to be more theory for the advanced work. So hopefully this video was helpful for you. If it was, don't forget to click the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, now is the right time to do it, and I will see you next time.